Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Thomas Smythe, and today I'm going to be walking you through Amazon KDP's new hardcover option. When I filmed most of this video, it was still in beta, but I wanted to be ready for whenever we're released widely. But I'm going to give you a total walkthrough of how to set up a book with it, all the kind of features and dimensions and sizes you can do. And if you stay to the end, I will do an unboxing of the proof copy and the real copy of my first hardcover with KDP. So this is a game changer. Really awesome that they have this feature now available. So all right, check it out.
Hey everyone, today I am talking about Kindle Direct Publishing's new hardcover beta, which I got an email about just a couple days ago saying that I was eligible for it and they wanted to introduce me into the kind of beta trial version of it. Signed a little agreement to be part of it, and now I'm logging in and I can see that the hardcover option is available here on the front page. So I'm assuming if you've enabled it, you'll be able to do this. Eventually everyone will be able to, but right when we log in, we see the hardcover option with the beta thing across it. You click it, same as you would for ebook, and you'll get the same kind of interface here with the details to enter all the same fields, same exact fields as paperback would. So if you have an existing book, I'm just going to use my book, The Golden Alligator, which was my first novel I wrote, to test it out. On the next page, you can put the kind of the hardcover content. KDP can give you a free ISBN that you could only use on this website. That's what this disclaimer says. Every ISBN corresponds to a different format, so you have to use a different one than your paperback version or your ebook version. So we see there's all this similar kind of settings of print options, the same black and white paper, cream paper. Trim sizes is where it differs. There's only 5 options here, whereas with paperback there's close to 20 or something. So a little bit more limited in this beta stage at least. Same settings with bleed or no bleed. This is for your inside pages. If you have images that go to the edge, that's called bleed, and you'll want to select that. You can choose matte or glossy cover options. This is a case laminate hardcover that KDP does, so it's not a dust jacket, so it's just going to be one kind of hard cover wrapped around it. And we see the options of the cover creator or uploading your own. I'm uploading my manuscript here is what that was about. I'm choosing the settings of cream paper, 6x9, no bleed, and matte. But to do the cover, this part kind of stumped me a little bit because there wasn't an obvious way to get to a way to like calculate your size of your hardcover cover, design it yourself. And I detest the cover creator. I would highly recommend you never use this. If you have any possible other option, please use another option because these covers do not look professional at all. They always look very tacky. However, if you click the help button in here, you go to a special hardcover beta cover help section, which I couldn't really find any other ways. But it is, I do see under the tabs on the left, if you scroll down, there's a hardcover section. So you can get to it that way. Setting up your cover size, formatting your cover background, barcode size and placement, these are all the same kinds of things we would see on the paperback version of KDP, with some slight variations that have to do just with where it's placed on the cover because a hardcover cover is a little bit different in how it's set up. One of the main differences is you have to leave a much wider kind of bleed around the edge of your cover because that gets folded around a kind of the cardboard cover. And then also where your book folds, it's called the hinge, needs a little bit more space on a hardcover because it kind of folds in on itself. So you can download the cover calculator. I uploaded it into Google Sheets here because I don't have Excel on my computer here, but it worked fine. You put your dimensions on the first tab and you move over to the inches tab or centimeters if you measure that way, and it gives you dimensions. The cover file is the total dimensions of your file of your cover, so all the edge, including all of that extra that's going to get folded over on the end. I just used some shapes and made them the sizes of those different objects back in the spreadsheet just so I could make sure I was doing this right. I set a margin to that 0.5, whatever it was. That's that kind of outer white section here. That's the part that's going to get folded under So when I'm designing my cover, I just wanted to make sure I leave that room. The front cover is what that blue rectangle is on the right, and on the left I kind of duplicated this because for the back it's the same dimensions. And then the spine in the middle, use the spine safe zone is where you want to make sure any text is. If it's outside the safe area, then it could risk getting caught in the fold. So you just don't want to do that. I used just a similar cover as my paperback version and just tweaked the sizing and placement a little bit to make sure it was spaced correctly. When it's done, you export it and you can upload it. You want to go to upload your cover file. The print-ready PDF only are accepted here. So make sure it's a PDF format. I use Adobe InDesign and export as a PDF. That works better. Photoshop PDF, I've had issues with. KDP really does not like those unless they're flattened completely. I'm not checking this because I'm going to have them do the barcode themselves, but if you have your own barcode, you can check the box on that setting. Once it's uploaded, both your manuscript and your cover, this launch previewer button will become yellow and you can click on it to prepare your files. This takes a minute, so I'm going to skip ahead. You'll see these helpful guides you can turn on and off to show what's going to be inside and outside of the different fold and bleed areas. If you scroll down the side, you'll see if there's any alerts, there'll be kind of a little red marker here. I don't have any because I'm using files that I've used before and already worked out the kinks in kind of the earlier iterations. Click through the book to make sure you don't have any errors. If there are errors, again, the page numbers will be listed on that left thing, so they kind of stand out. I'm just speeding it up here, and click Approve. And you'll get to the next, back to these settings, and you'll be able to click ahead to the next page once everything's done there. I appreciated that it shows you the print cost here, same as a paperback, and the different markets. I really couldn't remember what to expect. It did tell me the base costs in that initial email I got, but I couldn't remember what they were. So $7.78 is not bad for an almost 200-page hardcover book. Same look here as far as what the paperback version, looks like. This helpful number here is the minimum amount. You can't set your price lower than that because it costs a certain amount to produce it, and then there's an amount that KDP expects to take. So if you set that price, you'll get no royalties, but it'll just be kind of at cost. So you're going to want to set it at least a few dollars above that. Kind of just depends on what you're hoping to get and what you think it can sell for. And you can see all the different countries. You can request a proof here. I always recommend that for paperback before you launch it live. This is a book that I've already released, so I'm going to order a proof because I want to see what that's like. And then just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and publish it. And this is what you'll see. And mine actually bumped me back here when I clicked request proof, so I had to go into this little ... on the homepage and get to this page. Choose what market you do. I'm US, so Amazon.com, and it'll show you kind of a preview of what the price is going to be for one. Submit proof request when you're done, and this will send you an email within a few hours, and that you'll click a link and it'll add to your cart. I'm not sure why they do it this way, but I think it's just part of their process. So that little alert just kind of tells you that. So I'm going to go ahead and publish my book because I'm confident about what's in it, and I just want to see what all looks like. But I wouldn't recommend do this unless you've proofed it at least at one point before, because it could come out looking weird. You can always change things later, so that's the upside of this, but it's always good to put your best foot forward. I've done hardcover books with some other vendors before, like Ingram Spark and Lulu.com, with varying results. I've been super excited about the Ingram Spark Dust Jacket hardcover, which I just did for the first time. That is hands down the best quality of print-on-demand book I've gotten so far. Lulu is decent quality. Up until this point, they were kind of one of the only free ways to do hardcover. So now KDP is coming onto the scene, and we'll see how they compare.
All right, so I just received a package that has both the proof copy and a final copy. I actually ordered the proof first, set it to publish, and ordered the published proof real copy later that day or the next day. And sometimes when you do that, it will kind of expedite your proof copy, and they'll send them together because they know it's going to the same address. So that was a nice perk. So this is the hardcover, new hardcovers that KDP is offering. So I'm going to open this up safely. And yeah, this is just a not live, unboxing. Okay. So first we have the proof. Ooh, feels great. It looks so much like my paperback, it's almost hard to tell. Yeah, so it feels great. You can see, it's got a nice feel to it. Pages look great. It's the cream colored pages, so I ordered because that's a little bit easier on your eyes. Yeah, when you get a proof, it always has this not for resale stripe along it, just so you know it's a proof. I'm a little annoyed because it means you can't take pictures of it to use for social media marketing until you have a real one published. So sometimes I resort to Photoshop or mock-ups, which a lot of authors do. Sometime in the shipping, there's this kind of mark here. You can probably not really even see it. It's barely visible. So I'm a little disappointed with that. But this is a very sturdy book. It feels very professional quality. You get a barcode on the back. Yeah, so let's look at that's the proof copy. And then the real copy that someone would get if they ordered it today is right here, which looks exactly the same. This one doesn't have that mark, which is nice. These are the matte finish covers, so you can get glossy, which would be a little shinier cover. But matte is what I use for this series, just because it kind of looks better with this sort of watercolory design that I have on the back. Let's open it up and make sure. There's the Golden Alligator. This is my first book in the Kingdom of Florida fantasy book series, so if you're interested in that, I highly recommend. It's not a long read. Yeah, so this looks great. Always in the back that you got for Amazon, KDP will put kind of a stamp of where it was published or produced and the date that they printed it, a little barcode, and that's all just more internally for them as they assemble it. Yeah, so I actually really like this. I'm very impressed. For hardcovers, I usually prefer dust jacket, so I'm probably not really going to use this option very often, but I could see this, just some people just really like the sturdiness of a hardcover. I could see this working really well for children's books, and things like that. Okay, this does have a little bit of gunk on the cover, but it looks like it's coming off if I scratch it a little bit, like some black stuff, which must have come in there in the shipping or in the production. So this is still in beta as I'm filming this video. I won't be able to publish it until I get permission to do so. So hopefully they've worked out some of those little quality kinks before this goes for a wide release. But this book is available. You can start selling books on Amazon with this method of hardcover. Yeah, it looks great. Even the spine is all perfectly aligned because I set my cover up right. There's a kind of template to make sure you do set it up well. Okay, yeah, so that's my hardcover review, the proof copy and the real copy. I don't notice any difference in color or print quality. Really the only difference is the stripe across the thing. So yeah, I would give it a thumbs up, maybe two, if you like this kind of method of, if you like just a normal, what is this even called, case laminate hardcover. If you're into just dust jackets, you can't do that on KDP yet. Maybe they'll add it in the future. That'd be awesome. That would kind of be a game changer. This is kind of a good intermediary step. Yeah, I recommend it. I like the quality of it. So good luck reading your books.